Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I know there's a video on Monday. I don't know if I'm gonna start doing what I was thinking about doing is you guys are always gonna get the weigh-in Wednesday, but I was thinking about adding in an additional video on this channel. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. But I was thinking about doing something where I show what it is that I'm doing to help me to like stay proactively busy. So let me know. It's basically it'll be basically like a follow me around type of vlog. Let me know if you're interested in that. I also weekly vlog on my main channel, so that's why I'm kind of like, do I? But then obviously it'll be different content because it'll be like different context, like, hey, I really feel like binging, so this is what I'm gonna go do. Or, you know, today has been a really good day and I kept myself busy and I didn't have an urge at all. So let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. But today's video, I've been getting a lot of questions because I shared a couple weeks back how 2 weekends in a row, I did not binge, but I did overeat. So as I'm talking to you today, as I'm filming this, I am currently 83 days binge free. And today, when you guys are watching this at the end of this day, I will be 88 days binge free. I just need to take a minute, like, so yeah, it's been a minute since I've gone this long without binging, and I'm so freaking proud of myself because that is such a huge accomplishment. And if you guys have been watching my weekly weigh-ins, you know I've been really struggling lately. But anyways, I've been getting a lot of questions. What is the difference between overeating and binging? Because honestly, both of them you're over consuming, so they should be the same. And they're not. So we're going to go into that. But I just wanted to do this video to help bring awareness if you have an eating disorder, you know that you're not alone. And know that from what I hear, recovery is possible. It's hard. You gotta do a lot of work. But I am confident in the fact that I am going to just keep racking up those numbers. And my goal is to come on here and be like, hey, I'm like, when I make it to 120 days binge free, y'all, I'm throwing a party. Who's coming? Who's coming? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this video so we can talk more about my definition of the difference between binging and overeating. So keep in mind, I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a professional in any kind of way. I'm just speaking based on experience and then also personal research that I have done to try to explain to you the differences between overeating and binge eating, from my viewpoint, based on my personal experience. So with that being said, several of you have questioned what's the difference between binging and overeating, since essentially when you're doing both of them, you are over consuming calories, which is correct. But binging is a whole different ballgame than overeating. And when it comes to binging and how I know if I've binged or not, number one, I am eating enormous amounts of food. There is something that happens that's really weird. When I binge, it's almost like I have a bottomless pit for a stomach. I am just eating so fast. That's another thing. You eat very fast when you're binging. So I eat so fast and I'm just like eating, like shoveling it in my mouth and just eating like fast. And so before I know it, I'm like, how did I just eat all of this? And I'm not even full yet. Like, I can still go eat more. Like, I will literally eat an entire bag of chips. And I'll eat like a family size bag, like the big bag of chips, and not even be full, like at all. And then I'll go and eat like, say like 10 Little Debbies. And I could still go on. Like, I mean, it's an enormous amount of food. I mean, I think I may be exaggerating. I don't know if I could eat that much. But I will tell you something. This is something I never shared in Like, do I want to share? People can be so cruel, but whatever. You can judge me all you want. I'm learning in this whole process. But after joining OA and learning some of the secrets of other people and what they used to do, and having restricted myself for 3 months and just being like, I went through the holidays, no binging, no, like, not even allowing myself treats or anything. I'm not gonna lie, I was miserable. And so I felt out of control. And that's another thing, is you are not in control when you start to binge. When you overeat, for me, based on experience, I am in control. I just want more. Like, I'm just like, I don't want to eat more. But when I'm binging, oh, I have lost all control. I have lost, like, you can tell me it don't make any sense. Like, my brain just does not make any sense. And the only thing on my brain is getting as much food in my mouth as possible. So after joining OA, I literally went to Target. This is so embarrassing. I really don't know. I'm not comfortable sharing this, so I'm not going to. But just know, it's a large amount of food that you eat in like one sitting. So yeah, I will have outright binges all day long where I will eat a large amount of food and then I'll like let my stomach sit for like a couple of hours, and then I'll go eat another large amount of food, and then I'll let my stomach sit for a couple of hours and then eat another large amount of food, and it just keeps going. So it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all, and it's not fun. So there are huge differences between overeating, because when I overeat, I can control it. Like, I am deciding I'm going to overeat. I'm going to eat more calories than I should be consuming, but I'm going in it with control. Like, I can pull back if I want to. When I'm binging, I don't have control. I'm losing all sense of control. I will also eat until I am physically in pain. And I mean like massive pain. Like, it's hard to breathe pain. This food is so good, I want to eat more. And it really wasn't that the food was good. It's just that I was trying to fill a void and with food. That's all it was. I mean, yeah, the food tasted good, but essentially I'm filling an empty void within me. Something that I also will tend to do if I'm going to eat a large amount of food is I will eat it in secret. Like, I'll go out there and I'll be like, get all my things and be like. Something else I have learned too is your eating disorder and people that binge isolates. And for me personally, I have been hurt by pretty much every single man in my life. And I have intentionally, subconsciously put on and have kept on this fat suit to protect myself from men hurting me again, because men don't pay attention to me. But I have come to realize that making myself miserable to avoid myself from being hurt, like, I'm living in misery every single day. Whereas if you like put your guard down and allow people in, and if they disappoint you and hurt you, yes, that hurts and you have to grieve that loss. But it's not going to be an every single day kind of thing. Like, I am putting myself through a daily harm. I'm slowly killing myself. And on top of that, I am also in pain every single day because I'm so fearful. And then I eat to protect myself. But in all actuality, like, I'm not, because I'm miserable. I'm so miserable. I'm not saying like right now. Like, I'm very happy right now and I'm just so freaking proud of myself for everything that I've done. But I'm just talking about when I'm in these binge cycles, I don't want to see anyone. I don't want, like, I'm so depressed. I'm so disgusted. A lot of the trauma and a lot of what I've been through will come up. and, you know, it will kind of get me to eat more. It's harder for me to stop once I've started binging. So binging and overeating, world of difference. Okay, so I swear that I said this in the video, but I've watched this over twice and I did not find it. By the way, isn't that a gorgeous view of the skyline of Charlotte? I just wanted to throw up a picture so you guys could look at something while I'm talking. But a big thing when you binge versus overeating, when you binge, personally for me, when I binge, I will feel depressed. I will feel so incredibly disgusted with myself. I will feel ashamed. I will feel guilty. I will be upset. When I overeat, like, I'll be like, dang, I shouldn't have eaten that. Like, I'm so mad at myself that I ate that. But I won't be feeling depressed or disgusted. Or another thing that happens when I binge is my anxiety rises really high, and it gets really high, and it's harder to, I guess, calm myself down and whatnot. It's just, oh, those feelings. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, thank God you don't know what it's like. That's all I have to say, because wow, it's a lot. So just to kind of go over an overview, if you maybe think you have a binge eating disorder, these are, again, just doing research, and personally what I've experienced is, you know, eating unusually like a very, very large of foods in one sitting, feeling that your eating behavior is out of control, eating when you're not full or hungry, eating fast, eating until you're in pain. When you're binging, you know, you usually do it in secret. You don't want anyone to know that you're doing this. You feel depressed, anxious, disgusted, ashamed, like all of these feelings of, I should not have done that. That was really bad. And yeah, so I can't believe I did not mention that, but that is something that's huge. So if I overeat, like I said, I will be like, oh, dang, I shouldn't have eaten that. But when I binge, ooh, and then those feelings of shame and disgust and guilt and all of that, just it turns into another binge cycle, and then I'll feel all of those feelings again, and that's how the cycle stops. And that's another reason why it's so hard to stop a binge cycle, because not only are you fearful, so then you eat, or whatever it is that you're feeling, you know, you're feeling a void. So whatever void you're trying to fill, you're eating all of that food to try to fill that void. And then when you're done, you feel all of these extra horrible emotions on top of what you were already feeling. And it's just a never-ending cycle. And so if I can ask you guys to do one thing, if you have ever shamed anyone for having an eating disorder, telling them that they're using that as an excuse, if you've ever shamed someone for being a drug addict or an alcoholic, educate yourself on addiction, because it is not pretty, and it is not for you to judge anyone else's addiction. It is not your place. And just have a heart for people, because this is not easy. And I'll say this again, I quit smoking a year and a half ago. I was very, very addicted to cigarettes. I still talk about today how I will have random cravings here and there, but I put down those cigarettes way easier than I can ever put down this food. And obviously, yes, I have to eat to live. I can't just put down food forever. But I genuinely feel if I was an alcoholic, it would be so much easier. And again, I'm just saying, I don't exactly know, because I've never had an issue with alcohol. It is a reason why I don't drink, though. It is a reason, because I have a very addictive personality, so I don't want to drink, and I choose not to drink. However, I feel, well, there you go. I put down alcohol. I don't miss it. Sometimes I wish I could just sit and drink.
but I've never had an issue with it, but I don't ever want it to be an issue or become an issue. So I choose not to drink. Plus, I'm going to be honest, I really don't like the taste of most alcohol anyways. And the only thing I really like are like the really sweet alcoholic beverages. And girl, I'd rather eat my calories. But that's beside the point. If I was an alcoholic, you can let it go, but food you can't. So it's that much harder. So if you've ever said anything mean to me, someone else, just have a heart, educate yourself, and stop being so ignorant, because this is not something it's not easy, and it's not something that you should go around shaming people for having.
So I hope that this video helped you out, or maybe if you personally have asked yourself that question, you're like, do I have an eating disorder? There are tons of resources out there to help you understand if you do have an eating disorder, and if you need help, there is help out there. You just need to find the thing that's going to work best for you, because we all learn and grow and get through things differently. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. My heart goes out to anyone that is struggling, because it is not an easy thing to open up about. It is not an easy thing to talk about. It is not an easy thing to admit. And don't ever let anyone make you feel shameful or guilty or any of that, because what is something I heard yesterday? With addiction, it's genetic. So you are already born with that gene of addiction, but the power is in your hands to recover that addiction. That was Dr. Drew, because I was watching something about the Anheuser, because I was like, why was she driving so dang fast? And they were talking about stuff, and Dr. Drew talked about addiction, and I was like, whoa. So yes, you were born to have that addiction, and things are a lot harder for you than they are for whatever it is. Alcoholism, drugs, whatever your addiction is, whatever, everyone's recovery process and journey is going to look different, but I just thought that was interesting. It was interesting, and I don't want, because I have been there so many times before where I have felt so hopeless, thinking that there is no way that this is ever going to go away. And it probably isn't, but there are ways and things that I can do to make it to where it is easier, and that I'm not constantly in this binge cycle that makes me completely miserable. So anyways, I love you guys. Have an amazing day. If you guys are new here, please subscribe. I'm just so excited about this weight loss journey this time around, and I can't wait to see the things that I'm about to do, because I have a vision and a goal, and I'm not going to stop until I accomplish that. So I love you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.